So I've been running a really small 3D printing operation where I'll print and I'll paint miniatures for orders mostly through Etsy. I've been doing this a few years now, and I get a lot of my models from Patreon subscriptions or Kickstarter campaigns where you're licensed to print. I have quite a library, and I can't keep up with Etsy. The most I've had is maybe 700 some odd listings, and Etsy charges per listing whether it sells or not, so it adds up quickly. And I don't know if some of you printers out there know, but Etsy has changed their policy of what you're able to sell. And this mostly applies to other printers out there who print stuff that they didn't design like myself, even though I'm licensed to print everything I offer. I'm not sure how Etsy plans to enforce this, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before my shop basically closes down. And I've been doing this for years, I've got plenty of sales, I've got repeat customers, I have so much product listed on here. And sure, it has some of its limitations, like I don't think there's enough category options. I wish there was more. So, in preparation for my imminent closure of the shop, if Etsy decides to close it, I've been in the process of building my own news site from scratch, basically. And it's been quite the process. I started using GoDaddy's e-commerce web builder, and it was fine. It's user-friendly, but it might have been too simple to build. I was noticing a lot of issues with the categories. I couldn't figure out how to widen this column, and I don't think there was any way. I think anything I had planned to do would go beyond what the builder was capable of doing. I was pretty much confined to this block that had all the products in it. I couldn't expand it, I couldn't divide it up, I couldn't do a lot of things. And this would be an issue because I wanted this to not only be a shop where I sell my miniatures, but I also wanted to include my art portfolio with it. Because I've done art in the past too, which applies to me doing miniatures and painting and whatnot. And if you have a reason that you need an artist, maybe I can be of help. So after talking to probably the fourth GoDaddy customer service representative after all my issues I was having, they finally convinced me that I was going to outgrow what GoDaddy's e-commerce builder could do. So he recommended I try WooCommerce on WordPress. I haven't tried WordPress in years and never did WooCommerce before, but I did find a theme called Bee Builder that totally makes things easier. And it's been a rough process to get to a point where I'm proud to say that my shop is pretty much good to go and live if you want to check it out. I've been working like day and night for the past month or so, and I'm up to almost 600 different products on here. And I've tried to make browsing on this site pretty easy, and there is no limit on the categories I can add to the site, so that makes me very happy. You could choose creature type, you could choose by the model designer if you're a collector of any of the designers I carry. In the case of Artisan Guild, I'm trying to include their little promo videos for each of the sets they've released. They have like 75 sets, and I'm only maybe a quarter of the way in, so there's going to be a lot more sets listed eventually. I'm hoping by the end of the year get all this done and I'm up to date. So this sidebar should be your main source of navigation, whether you need humans or goblins, let's say. And you'll get to see how many I have of those available at the time. I'll have more once I have Duncan Shadow's goblins in there. He's got a bunch. And you can click on anything and view more to see what additional options they have. In this case, the Artisan Guild goblins have a modular feature where you can choose the different weapons in each hand. So I set it up so that you can just type it in. It seems to be the easiest way to do it on my end. Hopefully you guys don't feel like it's too much of a chore. But once you've entered your selections in, I'll be able to see which combination you want. And then you'll also see that I offer different materials for many of the listings. And you can choose to have me assemble the mini before shipping, just in case you don't have glue or something. And you just add it to the cart. And then you'll see a little side cart thing that pops up here. And you can go to checkout or you can keep browsing. And one thing I wanted to point out too is that I've set up a little newsletter form here at the bottom. And when you sign up, you'll receive notifications on latest products and any promos I might be running. So that'll be exciting to see anybody come through that. And when you're ready to check out, it's pretty standard. I'm still trying to get PayPal added to here. I'm having a little problems with that. I'm working with their tech support. There's probably other bugs and technical issues that you might find while browsing because it has just been me. I'm the only one that's been building this, and I've learned almost everything as I go, and I've learned quite a lot. As a visual person, I like seeing things, so I also created this categories page where you see thumbnails of all the different categories. So you'll be able to click in those, like let's say I added some of my painted miniatures in there, so click in there and then you'll be able to see all the different options available. And I did include an About Me section, which will include some of my previous artwork. So it's a little out of place, but it kind of tells you the journey. I used to do a lot more art before I got into miniatures, and there might be a day where I include some of my artwork as part of the shop because I still have some items available. And one thing I want to probably figure out how I want to redo is the home page. It's probably my least favorite page. I just like seeing all the thumbnails of all the different miniatures. I think once I get all the products listed on there, I'll return to the home page. But for now, it's ready. You might find some hiccups. Feel free to let me know. I love to fix anything that you might find. And hopefully once I get some orders, I'll feel like I didn't waste all my time trying to build this site. So please check it out.